for this week's, like, maybe not, I don't know. I've got mixed opinions. I need to do neutral makeup, but I don't know if I don't really know if I need to practice that or just vibe with it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna just share this live real quick so that I can let everyone know, hi, I'm live. So just give me a moment to do that. Just fast forward a little bit until we are done with that. Oh wait, what did I just do? I just changed something. Wait, oh, I don't know what that does. Oh, okay. How do I share it now? I lost the sharing ability. I don't know. How do I share it now? I lost the sharing ability. I don't know where to do that. Okay, give me a moment. So I am not so sure. Maybe I should have shared it on TikTok as well. I don't know. Let me just actually, I've got an idea. I'm gonna go live on TikTok on this side, right? That way I can tell them that I'm live here. Because I really want to, you know, get a lot of people in the chat. Anyway, like I said, we're doing some makeup. That's what my live content is like. So if you enjoy makeup tutorials, hi, welcome, girl or guy or dog or cat or I don't know. It is 2026, I guess. Anyway, but to our very special guest, James Charles. Hi! I'm still waiting for my PR package, hey? We are still waiting. We are very much still waiting. Should I send the address or, like, how can I help with the process? I'm joking. I'm not, though. I'm really not. But anyway, to start off today, I'm gonna go in with some glitter because glitter bomb. I literally just got this at Salvage Mart. I am running out and it is just, oh, it is the most beautiful shimmer spray and I'm obsessed with it. Like, I can't explain to you guys how pretty this is. Like, how am I gonna show you? It's not really picking up on camera. Anyway, anyone joining on this side? Oh my gosh, that's so funny. James Charles is live on TikTok and it popped up that I can send him an invite. So come on, James, we're waiting. Anyway, the aspirations I've got. Today I want to go a little bit more full face perhaps. For those of you on TikTok, I'm over on YouTube, same username, glitterbomb_official. If you want to join on this side, we're doing our makeup today. And I need your guys' opinion. Are we doing a little bit extravagant or are we doing neutrals? I haven't done neutrals in a hot minute, so that could be interesting to do, but also I love playing around. So let me know. Also, if you missed the live makeup videos, I am doing them every single day and posting those as per your guys' request, so we can build the YouTube channel and get that monetization going. So if you want to be in that journey, please subscribe. Anyway, I did not do skin prep today, which is horrible. I always should do skin prep, but I don't. I really don't. So I'm just gonna go in with the Hydro Fixing Spray. This is a fixing spray though, but I've seen people use it as a primer, kind of a like hydration spray as well. So I'm just gonna do that. I want to get some Anique products. I am obsessed with Anique. I'm waiting for someone to let me know. Should we do neutral, like smoky eye vibes, or should we go colorful again? Like, are we doing neutrals or over the top colorful full on? Let me know somewhere. I'm gonna, while I'm waiting for that response, just go in with this foundation. This is the Revlon, the Color Stay Long Wear 24 hours combination or oily skin foundation. Now I normally just go in with my foundation. I don't have a dampened beauty blender. I'm still waiting for James Charles to send me the beauty blender. But anyway, And then I normally just tap, tap, tap all over the skin just to distribute that foundation a little bit. And for those of you that missed the update in my life, I am actually doing promos again. I decided to start the promos again, and I am booked from tomorrow up until Sunday. So if you don't see me, I am working a corporate golf day event. So I'm gonna try and get some sneak peek footage of that as well, but I'll probably be posting that over on Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram yet, just hop onto Instagram. It's also, you guessed it, glitterbomb_official. And with this, I really, oh, just look at that glitter. Like, what do you mean? Anyway, I really want to have a look at my makeup close up with my foundation and really make sure that I've blended that out very well. Now, I'm a very lightweight foundation girly, so I really don't like wearing foundation. It makes my skin feel funny, but some days it's just necessary going. Now, I look very, very pale, right? Because I have got very, very, very strong lighting on my face. For instance, if I switch that off, very different. Anyway, so I'm gonna go in with some, oh, but the contour, I found it. I was looking for it yesterday. It wasn't in the bag, that's why I couldn't find it. I am using my Catrice Magic Shaper contour stick. It's good, it's decent, but I do want to get the Hourglass contour stick. Like, that is on my like makeup bucket list, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, wish list. Or so I'm gonna work towards that. And I also want to get the contour or foundation brush actually. Now, when it comes to doing my contour, I like to go into the creases of my eye as well, and I also like to drag it out a little to give that like smoky eye effect, but in skin tone, you know. Normally I went in on my forehead, but I found that sometimes that just looks a little bit much. I go underneath my bottom lip just to give that little bit of a fuller lip effect as well. Okay, and then I like blending my contour with a flat dense brush like this, like a fluffy-ish dense, but more dense than fluffy. If you compare the two, a lot of fluff happening, a lot of density happening, and then this one is flat, this one is round. With the flat brush, I just find that it just like keeps my foundation and my contour and everything in a straight line and in place where I want it to be. Now, I try to not drag down too much when it comes to blending out my contour, because I really don't want it to look muddy. I've already blended it down a little bit too much over here, which is giving me a little bit of a muddy look over there. And I might have actually put that line slightly too low, but blending it up, blending it up, blending it up, and that way I'm lifting the cheek rather than dragging that down. Blending, blending, blending. Something I do think I need to do is just clean my mirror. So while I'm blending here on my jawline, I'm blending in circular motions, because I do want that to be, to an extent, like very crispy, but not at all. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I really want that colorant to be potent enough so that it makes a difference, but I don't want to go in the sun and then someone sees a line like this, because that is so embarrassing to me. So I like going circular motions on my jawline. So I'm actually not focusing on blending the contour, but I am blending my jawline. I just find that that works best for me, and I like blending it into where I did that cheekbone contour. So blend, 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 work your way up, blend, blend, blend. Always go in circular motions upwards. And then with the nose, I just like to go underneath the nose and sideways, and with this I like to go down because I don't want to get that contour on the bridge of my nose. So circular motions and down. And then with my eye, I'm using it as if I'm blending my shadow into my crease. And then this, once again, sideways and more up than down, but I want to keep that angle so that it gives that undertone of having a smoky eye. Okay, like that. And then once I believe I'm happy, I use the same brush just to go over my hairline and just drop down any pigment. Thank you, Marius. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm over here on TikTok and I just got a gift. Oh, dang. Thanks. So once again, follow me on all my socials. Besides, I'm on YouTube live right now, but I do post my YouTube lives for those of you that missed them, so that you can catch up and see what I'm up to. Okay, I do want to deepen the contour on my hairline a little, but once again, I don't like putting the contour straight onto my forehead because I don't like how it looks very, I don't know, I struggle to blend it smoothly, if that makes sense. Like, it just doesn't look natural. So I rather apply on my brush and then go from there like that. I'm happy with that, but it does look a little bit too much. So always, for me personally, after doing contour, I go in with my foundation brush and then I just blend it center outwards, just to buff out those lines, and then around my cheeks especially, and here on the where you would bake area. I don't know what this, what do you call that? I don't know. I'm supposed to probably know, but I'm not a professional makeup artist, believe it or not. So, and then on the bridge of my nose, on my chin, especially here around the lips, because sometimes with the contour underneath the lip, you can blend that out a little bit too far. Hello. YouTube is also glitterbomb_official. I'd really appreciate it if you hop on here. You can also watch the live on the TV because it's landscape, and then you can really see what I'm doing. And then you can also comment on this side and be part of the vibe. So literally the same as if I'm live on TikTok, except it's on the YouTube app. And yeah, so I've got the base foundation blended out with my contour, and I just want to have a look. This is a slightly magnified mirror, so I want to really have a close-up look of every single aspect of my makeup. And if I'm not happy with a certain spot, then I can go back in and just blend that out. But this seems to be fine. Thank you, Lalisha. So the next step, the highlight on this is not necessarily my absolute favorite, but I do still enjoy it as an undertone highlight. So I just go in the bridge on my nose, so right about there, and then sideways on the tip of my nose. I like to do my inner corners on both sides, obviously, underneath my brow, and with the brow I kind of swoosh it out and bring it in here, so and like that underneath the brow. There we go. And then top lip. I love waxing my face. Hi! Thanks for joining on this side. I appreciate. For all of you on the TikTok, you are so welcome to join on my YouTube or just stay on the TikTok. Doesn't matter. YouTube, you can really watch on the TV and get a really good close-up of everything. Sometimes I also like to just lightly go on the chin there, and sometimes, but I don't do that as much anymore, I'll just lightly go here and the center of my forehead, but very, very, very faint because I don't want to accentuate all of my wrinkles. Now, I have a little flat brush for this as well, but it is a little bit smaller because my highlight I don't want to distribute too far. I really want to keep that to be centered in all the areas that I've placed it, and then I just literally blend that out. And when it comes to highlight and contour, you don't want to change the shape of your face too much. I see a lot of people applying their contour like you know, get that jawline. You are gonna be facing people in a neutral position most of the day, so you want to apply your makeup in a neutral position most of the time, because that way you really accentuate your face in its natural position. And that way you can really see where you're going right and wrong or whatever. So once again, just lightly blending that out. Now the reason that I apply, well, there's two reasons that I apply this highlight before like my blush. Normally you would see people doing their highlight after they blush, and that is kind of the standard way of doing it. But this is a cream product. Now I do not want to apply my cream products after my powder, because what ends up happening is you're getting that caked on look. It just sits there on top of that powder, and it can't really sink into your face as nicely. So here you can see we've got a very smooth, very blended, just like beautiful kind of a vibe. Something else you can also do while I've got the highlighter here in front of me, I like to go on top of my collarbones. Okay, so I just bring those out to see where they are. And then I blend. And I normally do that on my shoulder as well, just because I just find it so stunning. But I'm glitter bomb, so obviously I'm going to be glittering everything in life. Now, as you guys can see, I've got a slightly red undertone, and I want my face to match what I look like. So my personal next step would be to apply my blush. I have two very beautiful blush shades. I don't know if we have gotten a response on should we do like a more neutral brown makeup look, or should we do like an over the top colorful makeup look again. What would your guys' preference be like? Would you want to do a makeup look that you can go out for a date night and really just feel good? Beauty were to be a language, I think. That is so sweet. Oh my gosh, thanks. Anyway, are we doing I think we should do like date night vibes. Neutral. Yeah, okay, cool. Natural. My blush has broken, so James, we're still waiting on that blush hair. But anyway, I've got this pointed fluffy brush. So as you can see, it looks like a normal fluffy brush. Oh, this is an angled one. I actually switch between these two when it comes to blush, but I prefer this one for blush. This one's also really good in my opinion when it comes to blush. But when you compare, I don't have a fluffy brush this size, but when you compare this to this has a more pointed look, and I like this because I can keep my blush where I want it to be. Okay, date night makeup. Cool, so we have two responses for date night, so we are gonna go with date night makeup. Anyway, I'm just gonna tap this on the top of my blush thing, because this is the situation on that side, so I don't want to go in there because that's going to be too much. Now I always tap off when it comes to blush, and with blush I use it, this is a more deep brownie blush, so I use that almost as a contour and a blush combined. So I'm not going to go on top of my cheek, because I find that just changes my face shape to be dropped down a little bit almost, or I don't know, it just doesn't accentuate the structure of my face. So as you can see, my natural face shape, I've got the little bit of a cheekbone there, so I want to accentuate that and go along my cheekbone, but I want to do it on my cheekbone, like not on top, not below, just gliding where my cheekbone is, like that. And I use like sometimes like small circular motions, but mostly just straight backwards and forwards. And I don't want to drive this too far. So my cheekbone, when you look at my face, it ends over here. Okay, so I'm gonna stop over here, and I always blend that out there as well. Now, like I said, I am a little bit on the reddish tone right now, like not too much, not like, you know, like I'm not sunburned, but I do have a little bit of a red undertone. So I'm gonna tap into the blush on this side and then just drop that on here just to diffuse that a little. And then I'm gonna very slightly use the side, not the direct top, use the side of the brush just to get some of that blush pigment. I see we have gotten a lot of people on the side. Please hop on to my YouTube, same username, if you would like to watch in landscape or like to watch on your TV, just to get a better idea of what we are doing. Anyway, once I have that on there, I also like to go over the bridge of my nose and kind of slightly on my under eye here. I've got very blue under eyes. I do not use a concealer at this moment because I just don't like the way it looks on me on this phase of life. Like, that might change, my makeup style changes as the years go on, but I really like having this. Jy's weer op, kom ek sit. Oh, dankie. Ek is op YouTube wanneer ek kan. Dankie. Ja, you see we've got people watching me on YouTube on their TV. Love that. Now this is my foundation brush again, and I'm just using that to blend out and soften the edges a little. That way it doesn't look a little crazy all over the place. And then once again, under eye and going around where I've applied that blush, because I want it to look soft and natural. If you like a more pink tone blush, you can, like, if this is not your level of blush, if you want to add to this, you can. I really do like this. I don't know, I don't think you'll be able to get this anymore though, but I personally love this essence. It was like a spring, the Blooming Bride collection. This is the blush lighter, so it has some sparkle to it. I don't know if you guys will be able to actually see that, but it is just such a pretty blush shade. I really think that is so pretty. Anyway, and I'm gonna go with that and very lightly just tap to get that pigment on there, as you can see. But this, for me personally, I am a more minimal blush girly, so that to me is too much blush. Like, I don't like that much blush on my face. So now I like this angled brush, so I'm just going to use that and just soften that out to be a little bit less intense. Now, when it comes to makeup, I tend to blend little spots here and there as we go. So this is perfect for me. I think that is good. And then afterwards, like after doing my eyeshadow, I will decide if I want to blend that out a little bit more. I can go in with my foundation brush again and just slightly soften it out if I do feel the need to do so. Now, you guys said we're doing natural kind of date night makeup, so let's get started on that. You can also use your blush as a transition shade, which transition shade means you're blending your eyeshadow into your skin tone. So that is the mix, like it mixes the two together to blend it very well. You can use your blush as a transition shade, as blush really sits on the skin very naturally. It just has such a good formula for that. But for today, I think I'm just going to go straight into my makeup. Now, I do want to set my under eyes today just because we are doing a more intense, not intense, but date night. You know, date night is a little bit more over the top. I'm just going to go in with a little brush, and then I have this Urban Decay Stay Naked The Fix setting powder. I got it like a few years ago. Up to 16-hour wear powder foundation with charcoal infused sponge. Now, I don't use the sponge, it does come with it, but I just don't use it because I feel like it is a little bit too intense for me. So I literally just look up and I just take a little Wie van die TV af, wat se effect ons vandag? We're doing date night makeup today, so we're doing a little bit more neutral colors. So yeah, date night. I like to focus it on the first half of my eye over there. Because I don't do concealer, this really also helps to brighten up my under eye a little, especially because I've got low eye. I am on YouTube. Yes, please hop over. It is glitterbomb_official on YouTube as well. If you guys want to watch on the YouTube side, I would appreciate that. Now you can set your face if you like a more matte look. I prefer a more like shimmery, dewy kind of airbrush look, if that makes sense. I don't know. I just don't love matte as much on me. I have discovered. As that, I'm gonna brush it away after doing my eyeshadow. Now, you guys know I love, love, love. I watch, oh, you're so sweet. Thank you for doing that. Supporting both on TikTok and YouTube. That's awesome. I appreciate the support. I absolutely love using masking tape to really get a good crisp wing on my eyeshadow. I'm not the best when it comes to eyeliner, and I find it very disappointing when I'm doing eyeliner after having like my makeup look so good and just absolutely ruining my eye makeup. That is like how to ruin my day vibes. But I really enjoy using the masking tape to create that eyeshadow wing look in a soft and natural way. But I don't have masking tape with me at the moment, so today's date night look will be a more softened edge rather than, no, so I'm not going anywhere. I am just on the journey of growing all of my platforms, and something that really helps me in a day is to have a face of makeup in absolute full glitter bomb level, makeup. So I decided, you know what, in my journey, I'm gonna do a makeup tutorial every single day. That way I do it on YouTube Live, I post it, and you guys get content from me on YouTube, but also I feel good for the rest of the day and I feel motivated to get stuff done. So I love hearing from you guys what you enjoy, or I love getting feedback in terms of, okay, this is what I want, this is the style, or this is my favorite color. Or so if you have inspiration for me, if you want me to do a certain makeup look, you're always so welcome to either send me a message, a DM on Instagram, whatever the case may be, and we can do that the following day. So I obviously love my painted palette. I'm thoroughly obsessed. I love James Charles's painted palettes. I've got both. Unfortunately, I don't have the blushes or the actual like liquid paints yet. I do want to get those eventually, but obviously being in South Africa, it's a little bit difficult to get those. But you can use any makeup palette that you have got and just use the closest shade to what I'm using. You should never feel obligated to buy something based on what someone else's like makeup collection looks like. You should absolutely only use what you've got and work with that until it's finished, because we don't need heaps of makeup. We really do not need to be over consuming makeup. Just use what you've got and work with that, unless if it's really horrible and just really doesn't work with you, like that's a different story. Anyway, I love this fluffy brush. It is a Kala blending 311. I bought this like years ago. I believe it's a Kala brush from this game. It blends really well. I like that. But if you don't have a decent makeup brush set right now, I would recommend the Mange, Maange. This is going to be backwards, but I got these off Shein or Temu, and they were really like not that expensive, and they work really well. Obviously, it's not going to be your high-end makeup brushes, but if you don't have decent makeup brushes, these are fine. These are perfectly fine to use. I got like I think it's like a 32-piece set or 17, or I don't know, it's a really big set. Anyway, I'm going to go in with cookie dough as a starter, which cookie dough is just such a nice transition shade for me because it's not too dark, it's not too light, like you can actually see it, you know. Then because I already have the contour going, this is going to not necessarily pick up or show as easily or whatever. You might not see a difference, but the difference will be there in terms of I've already got a powder down, you know, because my face is dewy right now because of the foundation. So whatever I put on my eyeshadow first, that is going to stick right now. So that is why I use a transition shade, just so that if I use a darker shade, it's not going to be as like in your face on there. Now, I'm just going in the crease and just blending that upwards. And with makeup, you really want to be blending softly. You really want to absolutely be so gentle because the skin on your eyelids, it's so delicate. And if you are going to be blending with a very, very, you know, like a hard hand or whatever you want to call it, I don't even know what you would call that, it is absolutely just going to stretch out that skin over time, and you're going to have draggy, saggy, droppy, droopy eyelids, and we do not love that in this vibes. Next up, I'm just going to go in with, I'm just going to use this like a precision eyeshadow brush. I've got this little, it's like a small little dense brush. Once again, just use something similar. And then I'm going to go into Oak. Now with Oak, tap, tap, and I'm going to just tap that halfway on my eyelid. Just like so. And just swoop that into the crease slightly. Once again, other side, tap, tap, tap. I use more of a tapping motion when applying my shades because I do blend them together. So I want to have that little bit of an extra bit of eyeshadow there so that I can actually blend them together really nicely. And it just saves some time to blend them all at once, if that makes sense. Also, while I've got this on my brush, I'm going to go underneath the line of my lash line, look up and blend it halfway. You can go a little bit over halfway, but approximately halfway. And once again this side, and look up and blend, blend, blend that in. Okay, cool. Then we are going to go and I like using this precision, I think it's a precision crease brush. So I like to use this one for my darker shades. So I'm going to go in with Treehouse over here, which is a nice dark brown, and then I'm just going to go in the crease. Now with this, you want to once again be very gentle, and you want to look straight forward. Like, you want to have your eyelid be open, but you don't want to, like, you don't want to be here, you don't want to be here. You just want to be able to see where that crease is without it creasing too much, if that makes sense. Oh my goodness. Anyway, there we go. Then same thing on the other side is just to go in that crease. Now with this side, I did drop it down a little bit lower. I don't want to actually be doing that. Just to go in there. Okay. Now I'm going to go back in with that blending brush, this nice fluffy brush that I've got. Now, date night makeup, I want to still look like me, but I want to look really pretty. So I don't want to have too much, like, I'm not going clubbing, I'm going on a date night. So I don't want to do too dark of an eyeshadow. So I find this to be my kind of like, this is good level of eyeshadow. I am going to do a faux eyeliner look with a darker brown. I like when I use eyeshadow, I like using a very dark brown rather than a black to create that eyeliner look. I just find that it looks less ashy compared to going straight in with a black. So blending, once again, soft hand and circular motions just to blend that nicely. Now I am also going to go over this little edge here. I'm going to blend it into the inner corner of my eye. Blend, blend, blend. Okay, cool. So that is what we're looking at right now. The next step I'm going to be taking is I'm going to take a nice angle brush and let me just find one. I think I'm going to go with this one. So this is just a nice flat, I think this is supposed to be like a brow brush or something, I don't actually fully know, but I'm gonna go into lava cake, which is a very nice dark brown. Stamp that in there, stamp, 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 tap, and now I'm gonna go and line the outer third of my eye. So like I said, I like using darker browns as an eyeliner effect rather than actually always using eyeliner. Just, it's a safer way to go for it. Goodness, you guys all right in there? I like using a closer brush for this. If you're hearing them mowing the lawn, apologies, but I can't change everything in my life to accommodate you guys. We have got garden services on Wednesdays, which great, like what a blessing to not have to be mowing the lawn myself. So yeah, can you see the difference? I think it really makes a big difference. It is so subtle, but it makes a big difference. So once again, and also with this, for the top, you can actually take it in all the way. I'm gonna just keep it for the outer half of my eye. And with this, I kind of try to stamp and drag, but more stamping than dragging. Okay, and once again, like so. And I think that just looks so beautiful. You can once again go in with an eyeliner just to get that to be even deeper. And if you like a more smoky eye look, you can use that precision brush just to deepen those corners. But I do think that this is perfect for what I want today. Now, I'm going to go in with Soul, which is, let me show you guys on the back of my hand. Soul is just such a beautiful shimmery shade. So I'm going to go in with that and try and keep it not half of my eye, but like a little bit more inwards. So I'm just going to go and I like to tap, 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 tap just to get that to be a nice soft blend rather than foiling it, because I do want to have a more soft makeup look, especially because it is a darker shimmer. I don't want to have that be too in my face. So tap, 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 tap. You can do circular motions, whatever, just tap, tap, tap that on there, trying to focus on the inner third and just slightly blending it over there. I'm going to use a clean finger and just blend back that eyeshadow to kind of just blend that nicely without dragging in the glitter too far on my eye. Now, I really strongly advise when it comes to eyeshadow that you actually find someone that has a similar eye shape than what you've got, and use their advice when it comes to doing makeup, because it really makes a difference. Now, I'm gonna go in with this. I actually don't know what, well, it says it's an angled brow and angled brow and shadow brush. Okay, so that's what this is, but I love using this one, or there's another one actually, but I love using this one for my inner corner. I'm actually going to go with this one today. It's a little bit more rounded than angled. It is called the Blending and Eyeshadow Brush, number 16. And I am going to go in with, I think I'm going to go in with Gold Coast today. And I possibly might go into the other palette as well, to go into Halo. But Gold Coast, to show you guys, is a really beautiful gold, but almost it has like a copper undertone, like it's a goldy copper color, or shade or whatever. And I'm just gonna tap in there with this nice soft fluffy, like it's a tiny fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna go in my inner corner and in circular motions just accentuate that inner corner, and then bring that in to the inner third of my eye. Not too far, because I don't want to remove the shade, the soul shade that we did, but I really do want to soften that up and bring that in, and just, this makes my eyes look bigger and brighter, and I just love that. So yeah, focusing on that inner corner and just ever so slightly blending that in there. Now I am gonna go in with a little bit of Halo, which Halo is stunning. Halo is literally so pretty. Mora. So Halo, oh no, it's Firefly. It's Firefly. Apologies. If you caught the reference, just carry on with life. But the foundation gebruik jy? Jy wil like, dankie. Today I've got the Revlon Color Stay Long Wear Makeup Combination Oily Skin Foundation. I used to use a Rimmel foundation, which was also really good. But apparently the Maybelline Skin Tint is also good. I don't think I've used it before though. I'm going to try that one after this one runs out to see how that goes. Anyway. So we're going to take that and then just stamp that into the inner corner and blend that in. So once again, stamp, blend. Just because this is such a beautiful, let me show you Firefly as well. So Firefly is a very silver gold kind of a, it's just so stunning. I'm actually going to take this one and very gently foil that on just the inner corner, but like just a tiny little bit, you know, like I don't want to have that be all over the show, so literally just over there. That just brightens up my eyes so nicely. Okay, cool. And then I'm gonna use whatever's left on my brush. Danke. Yeah, I love doing this, but I got tired of doing natural makeup at a stage. That's why I went into the colorful makeup, and the colorful makeup is for me. It's not necessarily for people to think I look pretty or beautiful or whatever. I just enjoy doing it. It is like an endorphin thing. It makes me happy, so then I can go about my day feeling good and happy and jolly and just feeling like me. That is why sometimes when I do these tutorials, it's not a tutorial to like copy what I'm doing when it's the colorful makeup and the bright and bold, but there are also a lot of people that enjoy doing that kind of makeup, and it's not as commonly found online, I feel like. So yeah, anyway, I also enjoy using Firefly as a highlighter, so I'm gonna go in on the tip of my nose and just go slightly sideways. This okay. And then on the bridge as well, and just, yeah, go and highlight the bridge of my nose. Cool. Then I also like using, I've got like a thicker fan brush, this one. I like using this to do a highlight on my cheekbones. Now I am feeling that my blush is a little bit intense for what I like to do normally. Now this is also very intense in terms of highlight, but I really do love highlighter, so I am gonna go in with this Firefly and just blend that in there. There we go. Now I'm gonna go in with my foundation brush and just smooth that out a little bit. Just dial it down 2 notches to have it look a little bit more like me. Speel die live by julle. Oh goodness, is it paused? Go have a look on YouTube if you're struggling on TikTok. Now for those of you that don't know, I'm actually obsessed with the vintage and the warrior shades here as a lipstick. I know, crazy. So what I like doing, because lipstick I just don't know, lipstick doesn't last on me. I've had so many lip products make so many claims and none of them just work the way quickly by my needed freeze. Should I hop on, like, or hop off and back on? Would that help to hop on and off and on? Let me just reconnect over on this side. Anyway, so something I enjoy doing is using a lip balm, which I really love the Body Shop's products. I was never like, I never walked into the Body Shop because I saw it as expensive, and it is expensive for what I'm able to afford at the moment. But I had the blessing of winning one of their advent calendars about 3 years ago, and oh my goodness, I love their products. Now I literally just go into a lip balm. You can use any lip balm, lip ice, whatever, and I just go in with that, and then you can line your lips. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. Today I'm just not gonna, but I go into Vintage, which is this beautiful dark pink shade, and I literally use that and tap 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 that onto my lips. So tap tap tap. I do have the lip balm. I don't want to mix, like, I don't want to get lip balm into my eyeshadow, so tap tap tap. And you can play around with the colors and just really get a color that works for you. I find that this works for me. I did apply a little bit too much of the lip balm, so I'm just going to use a brush to apply it. And yeah, just tap tap tap, and to get your lip to be more like, how do I say it? I like using different colors on the lip to give it different dimension, you know. So I like to go in with Warrior, which is a light pink over here, and I like to put that in the center of my lip. So just pop that in the center, and then I like to go in with Oak, which is this brown, and then apply that in the outer corners. You can use that to line the lips as well if you want. And then I just blend, 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 blend. But obviously throughout the day I'm just going to go in with the light side as well again and go over those edges. Obviously throughout the day, as you're talking and doing stuff, it'll blend itself, but just look at the volume that has given my lips. You can go over it with a gloss again if you want to have a little bit more of a glossy look. I'm going to keep it as is today. And then I want you guys to vote, should we do an eyeliner or not? What would you prefer? No eyeliner, or should we go in for eyeliner? And if you want us to do eyeliner, should we do gel or should we do liquid? Oh well, control or liquid, whatever. I'm not actually sure where my brow pen thing is. Oh guys, I'm so excited. Oh, here it is. I'm so excited for the move in the sense of being able to organize my life a little bit better. Can we have a vote on eyeliner or no eyeliner? Anyone? Eyeliner, no eyeliner? So I'm currently using this Maybelline Builder brow, not pencil though, but liquid brow. What do you want to, like, what would you even call this? A brow pen, but it's a brush, so brow brush, brain. Hi Danai, girl, eyeliner, no eyeliner. What are we preferring? Okay, so this is actually step 2 apparently, but I like to shape. Which language do you prefer? Yes, let's have that answer there. But because I'm doing this on YouTube and I've got a lot of English people on my YouTube side, I do think I should keep it that way. Are we not having votes yet? Like, okay, wait, there we go. Please poll at the top if you prefer Afrikaans or English. I don't know what's happening. So wat I mean, net ongeveer lekker. Wait, do we have a vote on the eyeliner yet? Yes or no? Eyeliner, no eyeliner. This thing's popping over there, we go. I don't know if we're getting any votes on there. Well, no one's voting. I must vote for eyeliner, no eyeliner. With this one, it tends to, hello, 7:25. It is 9:25 in South Africa at the moment. So with this, it tends to hold pigment a little when you haven't used it. So very gentle when you start with it. Yeah, met eyeliner like me. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm not doing a wing though, because I just suck at doing wings and I just don't want to. I've just accepted my fate. But we can do, like, I just yes or no. Krijg het reg. So lank ons gedoen. Oh, wat kry jy reg? Standing, thank you. I think no, do a wing. What do you mean? Should I do a wing? Should I not do? Like, no eyeliner? But what? I'm confused. Yes or no to eyeliner? Die voting is daarbo, okay, maar dit is vir Afrikaans of Engels dink ek. I'm confused. Oh god. See with this one, it holds pigment and then it just made that very dark. Anyway. Do no wing. Girl, you have a lot of confidence. Well, I'm not really going anywhere today, so if I fail at the wing, it's fine, right? We'll just go for it anyway. I don't know if my eyebrows have gotten lighter since buying this, but it feels like it drops a lot of pigment, and so like I don't think this is one I would repurchase. It's a little bit too much. I don't know. It's very in your face. I'm not a fan of that. Okay, so eyeliner, 100%. Okay, cool. We're doing eyeliner. Okay, well, Danae said we're doing a wing, so I'm gonna have to find it in my soul somewhere to be able to do a wing today. Don't know how that's gonna go because but I guess that's the point of learning, right? Like learning how to do something. Anyway, I just brushed that out with a spoolie just to dial it down a little. Nee. Ons is baie tevrede terug in Suid-Afrika. But soms obviously, like in our life, something I spoke about yesterday, if Chris had to get an amazing opportunity tomorrow, then ek doen my natural makeup, yes. If Chris had to get an amazing opportunity tomorrow to work in Australia, like we'd pack our bags and go. Because we are very flowy where the wind takes us, people. Like if we were able to visit South Africa twice a year, comfortably and travel and stuff on a salary that he makes, we would definitely consider that opportunity. But I prefer staying in South Africa. Like I really love South Africa. And I just got another date order, so I have to go pack that after this. So thanks for supporting. For those of you that don't know, I sell date bites. So okay, wait, I know, sorry, that's hold on. Let me see, I'm learning. Okay, wait. Actually, natural makeup doing eyeliner no wing. Okay. We can do that, yes. I'm gonna swoosh away the foundation powder, the setting powder, the whatever you want to call it, just under my eye, because that has done its job that I needed it to do. Wing pas meer by extreme looks. I can do like a tiny wing though if you want. What do you think? Like a tiny little, maybe, I don't know, maybe not. Let me know. And then should we do, when we're doing a wing, should we do liquid or should we do gel? Like, oh, I don't know if it's called gel or if it's like a gel. I don't actually know. Let me check what it actually says on the thing. But then should we go for the Kryolan? Yeah, gel. I was correct. Gel, no wing. Okay, no wing. Should we do gel or both? Like Beautiful Netsuba. Okay. No eyeliner. Well, oh wait, but we did decide on eyeliner, yes, though. Both. Okay, both. Okay, so with this one, I like to pop this in the outer corner of my eye and literally just do the outer third of my liner. Yeah, so I literally put it in there and slightly close my eye and just glide it there, you see. And then when I open my eye, I just fill in that corner a little. It really helps my eye to pop a lot. But be very, very gentle with this, and I don't do it all the way. I know a lot of people do that with my eye shape. I just find it really pops my eye, makes it look very, you know. Okay. So I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do eyeliner on the top. Once again, just ever so gently in the outer third of my eye. I'm gonna go a little bit further with this, and there we go. And once again, just fill in that corner, drag it out a little bit just to make it blend a little bit more. With this, you really want to be very, very gentle. You don't want to do this too much because it's very pigmented and it doesn't go away. Like if you messed up, you're going to struggle to fix that, so be very careful. I'm going to use this eyeliner pen from Essence. I had a liquid eyeliner from Essence that was just so good a few years ago, but I ran out, so unfortunately I don't have that anymore. So we're gonna go with this. Now with my eyes, I really struggle with blinking when it comes to eyeliner, so I try to blink like consciously, because blinking is involuntary, meaning your brain automatically does that. So I have to switch that over to voluntary so that I can tell my eyes when to blink. Yeah, because not blinking is not an option, so I have to blink. So anyway, I'm not an eyeliner professional, so let's just carry on with this. Anyway, I like to start in the middle of my eye because sometimes it builds up pigment on the tip. And I like doing my eyeliner in small motions rather than one swoop, but you do you, boo. Okay, not doing a wing, so we are keeping it over here. I don't know if you guys will be able to see a massive difference really, but there's definitely a difference. It really opens up my eye a little. This is a very soft, or like it's kind of a glossy eyeliner. I love matte eyeliners, which is why this is really good, because this doesn't have that glossy finish to it, if that makes sense. Hope you guys can see what I'm doing. The silence though. Only way you get me to be silent is to really have to focus. I'm gonna just do this side a little bit higher. Yeah. Okay. Eyeliner done. We can breathe again. Anyway, I've been doing makeup for an hour. Can you guys imagine? I really enjoy doing makeup though. This is like my happy space. You can do it a lot faster if you're not talking the whole time. Anyway, then I'm gonna do mascara. Right now, the first one I grabbed in my bag, Sephora, size up. I just got it because it was the cheapest one at this stage when needing mascara in Sephora, and it was a good quality one. So, well, not cheapest necessarily, but it was a more affordable one. Hello. I really want to try the Better Than mascara, because apparently that's amazing. But yeah, for now we're doing this. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead. Did I say hi? I read it. I don't know if I said hi, but hi. Anyway, we're gonna go, and I blink into my mascara because I've got actually I have quite long lashes, so if I drag it up, as you guys can see, then it like touches my lid, so I have to blink into my mascara, because otherwise it just goes everywhere. So blink, and with the inner corners I like to do a little swooshy motion. I don't know what you would call that. And oh, thanks, Bronwyn. Okay, and then bottom, I really try and focus on the outer edge at the bottom, rather than all over. Like I really try to accentuate there, and like very more softly going inwards, because I don't want to look like a raccoon. And once again, look at the difference. It really opens up my eye. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. I think like I'm able to. Thank you for the wink. And then this side, I do the same thing. Obviously, I don't have a lash curler at the moment, so if anyone wants to send me a lash curler, hi. I joke, I can totally go buy one, but the actual effort of going to the shop to buy a lash curler just seems like a lot of effort. So also, hey, South African brands, like your girl wants PR. Come. Seriously. We don't apply for PR. Like, seriously, can someone plug me? Because that would be cool. I just love opening packages. Obviously, everyone does. Trying new things, and yeah. Okay. Once again, at the bottom, on the outer edge, do a little bit more like so, and then very gently going inwards. I'm gonna go in with a second, just a swoop and swoop on the outer edges, because I like having it thick on the outer edges. Now for me personally, this is good. Like, this is how I would like to go out on a date night. Yeah, this is my date night makeup today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You can use a setting spray as well. That same. Just use what you've got. Most things on the market are decent, so anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and follow me on all my accounts. Obviously, please do at @glitterbomb_official. Yeah, see you guys again possibly tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure though, because I'm working a promo. I might just do my makeup real quick and whatever, but I'll try to do it on a live again. Anyway, I am most likely going to be live on TikTok and things today, so just go, y'all. Bye.